We all know her achievements. We all know how she has revived the traditional art and how she has beautifully stitched all the artisans together through her Kantha Stitch. Please, ma'am, few words. Of course, no, we have to take
I just wanted to mention, I'm Shamlu Dudeja, perhaps the youngest person in this group. So I feel that. Apart from my knee, I feel that way. So, women's achievement, of course, is a very big thing in my heart because we came from Karachi after partition and with nothing. I mean, that's a long story. But the way my mother played a strong role in my life, and my father did too. He was a mathematician. Please sit down. I became a mathematician first. But my mother was the one who taught me stitchery. We didn't know Kantha at that time and anything like that. But in my school, in Lady Evans School, I was actually taught 3-layered Kantha. We weren't told it was Kantha, but we were taught 3-layered. And here, after we got married, I taught mathematics for a long time and wrote books and so on. But one day I came across 3-layered Kanthas at an exhibition, which took me back to my earlier school days, where I had actually worked on 3 layers of fabrics. And that took me back to what my mother did to me. She saw these 3-layered kanthas which I had made in the school with lotuses and fish and so on. And her first reaction was, Shamlu, very beautiful, very nice. And she said, will you do it on my blouse? So that single-layered concept came to me from my mother. And I did it on her blouse. I did pasties on her blouse and she wore them and she said, Ish, Shamlu, what have you done? I said, Mommy, you just said it's so beautiful. But she said, no, inside you have put knots. So she taught me how to do stitchery without making knots on the inside. And the single layer concept, which I used only about 32, 35 years ago, was put in my mind by the woman in my life, my mother. Yes. And of course, I saw these girls at the exhibition, and I told them, I said, I've got 3 silk sarees at home, come and do them for me. And they said, no, Didi, hovena. Whatever, I spoke to them, I brought them in my car, took them home and gave them the sarees. And about 2 weeks later, my daughter and I, we went to visit their villages. And it was, they were sitting outside their mud huts on a simple sheet. And they were embroidering my sarees. And I did the small patches, I looked at them and they were very beautiful, very colorful. And we were very happy to see that. But then, when we saw what the huts they were living in, we didn't say anything, but there was no furniture. There was just a rope hanging on from one wall to another, where the extra sari or the extra shirt of the husband or the baby's clothes were hanging, and sheets rolled and put into corners of the room, which were used as beds at night. And in the little veranda outside, there was a wooden fire with a clay pot where they were cooking their foods. So Malika and I, when we came back from the villages to my house, we almost had tears in our eyes. And we couldn't do anything at that time, but then they brought the 3 sarees after 2 or 3 months. And they were absolutely beautiful. And whenever I wore them, people would say, machine embroidery, machine embroidery. I said, no, hand embroidery. And so then I gave them 3 more sarees to repeat, and more and more and more. And of course, we realized that Kantha was a major craft of Bengal. But my effort which I put into this entire Kantha project was more to empower the women. And what we saw very soon afterwards, what we saw that the women could stand in front of their husbands and talk to them. And we saw that some of the ladies, there's one team leader we have who's got no right arm, and she employed or engaged 4 or 5 girls who did Kantha for her, and her husband would travel from the rural area near Shantiniketan and come to our house to deliver the things she had done and to take back fresh fabrics for new orders. And there's that same lady's sons have grown up and they are engaged in promoting Kantha. And another very big thing was that even Muslims, I'm not a Hindu or a Muslim, I'm a Sufi, we believe only one God, but even the Muslim group of people, when they sat together with our other ladies who were Hindus, the religious aspect did not come amongst the women. Our Hindu ladies would eat the food that the Muslims had cooked and vice versa. And the entire thing was to promote Kantha, of course, no doubt about that, but to encourage women to realize that they can stand parallel to the men. And I took 2 or 3 of these women on different years to Santa Fe, where we have exhibitions every year. And they would sit at a dining table with 20 people and eat food, as if they grew up doing all that. And now that one of my earliest team leaders, she does very well. She's got a lot of girls under her care, and she educated her son so well. We, of course, supported her financially and all, but she educated her son so well that if tomorrow you go to Switzerland and live in a 5-star hotel, her son may be living in the room next to you. And these women have also been taught not only to encourage their sons to study, but their girls and the colleges and the education. Another young girl has been just doing her MA from one of the villages. And so the entire project of Kantha started with my mother on a single layer, and it's going on and on. Sadly, of course, she's not here. And and today I started with 3 girls doing single layer. I have 1,000 women working with our brand, and there are 50,000 women in rural Bengal, 50,000, not a small number, in rural Bengal doing Kantha, and they are able to stand in front of their men and say a good, not fight, but say a good hello and get respect from them. Thank you.
A round of applause for Srimati Shamlu Dudeja for receiving Lifetime Achievement Award in the field of fashion. With this, may I request everyone present here who are senior citizens, may we have a ramp walk with Shamlu ma'am? What do you say? Would you like to have a walk with Shamlu ma'am? Yes, sure ma'am.
I'm very grateful to Women Times to do all this, encourage people all around to respect women and senior women. I mean, I'm a senior woman, but I've seen my super senior and how to respect them at home and give them a comfortable life. Thank you for inviting me here. Thank you. Thank you.